phase has been the most aggressive at the tournament. Schofield's 4.4 assists per game at 12 minutes, the highest in the tournament. Whisper's 2.2 kills per game at 12 minutes, third place behind Topson and Sumail, and Chris Luck's 87 CS at 12 minutes, number one, just barely ahead of Sumail.
He turns on the Stinger, gets the refresh on the damage from his Spirit. It's almost enough to dodge through, trying to hide away in the trees. The juke coming through another round. Stinger still in trouble, and looks like Pie, the break pill coming from Schofield. They draw first blood. Stinger's still trying to run away and is barely able to escape. Oh, Stinger, he did it.
Oh, an instant tip there from Whisper. He's like, I know you guys are so busy down there, so I'll handle the tip for you. Very well played. I mean, I appreciate what Pi did, right? Because he saw all those heroes and he just said some stuff. Ward just got spotted too.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Still the battle rages down bottom. But yeah, that ward will be scouted out by the one up on the high ground. And immediately Stinger walking over. Let's see if he gets that D ward. Yeah, and he's going to drop it down. So giving the damage over to Chris Luck, and CCNC looking to find a snipe, but not going to be able to get it there. As again, CCNC maybe in a little bit of trouble. The balance strike, the Purifying Flames gets the kill. Have they gone in a bit too deep, NewBee, as they rotate in Schofield? Chris Luck, a lot of damage at this point as they're going to go for the jump forward, find the Impale, get themselves another round of kills. Man, Infamous are just cooking.
Yeah, hands kill over. Yeah, he did take the first one with the level 2 Purifying Flames, because that's what Oracle players do. But he can easily hand off back into this game, right? Like finding stacks, and you're down 4 kills, but you can find other ways of growing your economy via the last hits in the lane. As you can see, they are leading on the side of NewBee, or also through these stacks. But scouting and stabbing some of that XP can be very helpful for a Nyx assassin who wants all the XP he can get. And now Pylai die. Oh, I think you died here once before.
Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. So they jump forward again onto Pi. They have the Impale available, saving it as he's juking, but he's not going anywhere. They don't even need to throw the Impale.
No, I got the Orb of Venom. This guy just has a windlace, no boots. No real concern.
Yeah, this Monkey King has been a bit of a revelation so far.
All right, so what do you do when you're losing the kill battle like this? You just run to
Oh, he gets it right on the edge. MSS also gonna go down.
They are rotating to try and kill Whisper though.
And finding the kill indeed. CCNC there to get it. Back and forth across the map. 6 kills for Infamous to the 1 of NewBee as they get on the board. Chasing, snaking into the trees.
Yeah, he's got this Observer Ward here too to help spot rotations in behind. And likewise though, there are Observer Wards here from NewBee spotting out what Stinger's up to. So snaking, using these for optimal positioning underneath this tower to try and stay safe and try and absorb as many resources as you can. Up top though, nice Hex. Should be an easy follow-up here for CCNC.
Yeah, it's all too easy. Farming while getting kills, that's what you want to see out of the mid player. CCNC wouldn't work.
Meanwhile, not again.
Oh God, Pi.
This is not for you, my friend. Get out of there.
And they do manage to get the Jingu stacks up while also getting the kill.
Do not enter. No pies allowed. I will play. His name, of course, letting you know that for a fact. And he understands the mathematics, right? By far the lowest net worth in the team. He's half of that of the Oracle.
Oh. This is kind of interesting here from Schofield. And could they make something happen?
Yeah, they are making a Carapace play off this last creep, right?
See if he can find it. Carapace comes out. The Impale is going to connect and the jump forward. Find the kill with the Primal Spring onto the Sven. Man, Infamous. They just know where NewBee's going to be. They're prepped.
Perfect. He's even keeping left a couple of the big creeps there for his Monkey King.
And the thing that the panel talked about was the Carapace afterwards.
That was nice. Forcing the Carapace before the stomp.
Yeah, so now Hector showing up and realizes, okay, can't do this. Gotta back out and give up the death of my Nyx assassin another round.
Now we get 2 heroes being surrounded here by snaking MSS, but they're able to waltz their way on out of there, perhaps because Chris Luck's just a little bit terrifying right now.
Well, you can see right now 61% into the favor of Infamous. Dota Plus feeling it, but the big thing to me is it just feels like NewBee haven't really made that many moves. If they do manage to take a fight, possibly you can make something happen, although Hector now has the Radiance.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten over that early hurdle that I was a bit concerned about for their lineup in terms of just like the wave clear being a little bit weak for Infamous. They've done a very good job of keeping the power spread from Whisper, which is certainly helping, right? They're both farming up camps and trying to push out these lanes, but you've got a support duo that can't clear waves. You got an offlaner in the Magnus that's a little bit vulnerable when he's going for that too, especially with these longer initiation ranges of like the Axe, and then the Leshrac always going to have that Yule Scepter. But Infamous playing extremely well so far. They only have a 1K lead right now, so it's nothing too serious. That should start to grow a little bit here with Hector. And now he's building into the Blade Mail by the looks of it, as well as finishing out his Magic Wand. So ready for combat soon.
Dude, Schofield's been playing this so well. Breaks the smoke onto Die. They're going to be able to see that all the heroes up there. God, are they going to try and take this fight? They have a GG onto Chris Luck. This could be an opportunity for them. Thinking about going in with the Wukong's command onto absolutely everybody. A lot of damage out. Schofield able to walk away and snaking. Not so lucky. CCNC now out of mana and going to be out of life. It happens so quick.
Yeah, the double stack there too, right? They called and hexed the Oracle at the same time, so now you're essentially just missing out on one of your spells because of that. And you have to target on the Oracle because you go for someone else. Of course, the save's going to be there. But great follow-up there from Infamous. They got stuns, right?
Oh,
Wraith King stun, Nick stun, Boundless Strike from the Monkey King, as well as that RP and Skewer when you need it. So you no shortage of control elements here from Infamous, and they know when their timing is. They know how to play around this Radiance. It is their play style, as BSJ pointed out.
Now, one of the best answers for Leshrac in the game, just pick up a Blade Mail for the Wraith King, giving them so much fight potential. Snaking does have that blink. He's got the ability to jump in, and maybe gonna look for Chris Luck here. And no, Hector, he's in the middle of him, actually breaking the blink dagger. They will kill off Stinger, but now how do you deal with this big bad Wraith King? He just turns to fight, gonna pop the Blade Mail as well. You are already in that God Strength. He's killing them all off. Still has the ultimate afterwards. Now Schofield in the Vendetta does have the break potential if he wants to go for it, but the Hex is already out. And now the stun coming for New but the RP, it comes as well. Where's the follow-up? Do they have enough damage? It looks like the answer might be, maybe, possibly. CCNC super low, and Chris Luck able to live through it all.
And Whisper coming in with the big RP save for the boys. Chris Luck and Hector getting out. Could possibly hand over a couple tips. I'm just saying, the guy got you out of a complete pickle there in the mid lane, and it's gonna help secure that mid tower with the skeletons.
And again, it's less mattering that, you know, you lost a couple of heroes, the Magnus, the Nyx. The big thing, you took down Yuard. Like, in that fight, so key.
And his Midas is, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see Pimp, same brain. I knew where he was going.
Down on the low grounds. Who does he spot? He can break blink daggers if he so desires, or you're Infamous, they jump in. Right behind him. They saw him the whole time. Chris Luck pops the BKB, still sticking around. The Impale comes through onto two, and now the Wukong's command. They're all stuck in the trees. They get pulled back in by Whisper, even further inside. They do drop down the Serpent Wards, but is it going to be enough? Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. And now they caught Chris Luck, but now Hector's here. Is he going to be able to make the play? They have the false promise to keep the Monkey King alive for the moment. Still taking a ton of damage, and Hector turning on his Snake King, trying to kill him off. They will be able to run him down one by one. Infamous do it.
I'll help my weak and puny allies, as those Wraith King players do.
And unreal that Monkey King was able to live. He came out on like 400, 500 HP.
Yeah, I thought he was gone for sure. The Snakes just kept on pelting him the entire time during the false promise. But Hector just strolls his way from the mid lane with some swagger.
Top tower has
Gets them another tier 1 now for Infamous. All the way up to a 7K lead at the moment, and we still have Roche to consider.
7,000 net worth lead right now for Infamous.
When he shows up so late to the fight like this and you're still losing, that's a very bad sign for NewBee. Good positioning there, of course, from the Oracle, right? He's not getting targeted early on this time. Chris Luck perfectly done with the Boundless Strike too. That bonus damage from Whisper.
I mean, we're talking about Hector making all these plays, but it's the rest of Infamous too that are making the saves. They're, you know, last second their Stinger almost getting controlled before he was able to get that false promise out.
I mean, Hector's just walking in here when everything's on cooldown, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is what they do. They know how to play around them.
Unreal. And you can see he's feeling pretty good about himself right now. It's tension in the booth right this moment for NewBee. Schofield, will he be able to get CCNC?
This is a very difficult game to try and turn. It's by no means over because they have all this wombo combo. They have the big plays coming in the late game. Of course, that's where Snake King tends to shine. is making those decisions, getting those big pickoffs for his squad, but it's a sizable advantage at this point for Infamous. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely has that feeling right now. And like you said, NewBee, they've made a lot of comebacks in this tournament.
That's true.
You know, you think about the group stage, there were multiple Mega Creep comebacks for them, and we're not even close to that stage yet. They still got Tier 2 towers up and online.
They have very good heroes for the pit, too, which tends to be what we start revolving our game around past the 20-minute mark, right? It's just like, can someone get an edge? Are they going into Roche? As he takes a swat at a Monkey King who flies by, almost got him. But you got the Elder Titan, you got the Leshrac with the AoE stun, you got the Axe, the Sven, everything for the Roche fight. But likewise, you can just count as many spells inside of Infamous that are very good there too.
You can see here as well, the soldiers being left behind as Monkey King has picked up that Aghanim Scepter after the BKB.
Yeah. So wave clear is still a thing that was identified in the Infamous lineup as being a slight hole, right?
They're just going high ground.
Yeah, and that's what the question's going to be. Is if you can defend high ground right here from NewBee, you might get back into this game just by virtue of, like, okay, we pushed them off and the other two lanes are pushing in our favor. They've dropped the snakes down bottom.
Dude, they didn't even take Roche. They're just going up here. They're like, screw it, guys. We're going and taking your buildings. NewBee, what's the response? They take a tier 1 tower, but it doesn't feel like they have an answer for this. Early pressure be damned.
Oh, you are. He can't TP either. Schofield's chasing them in the bottom lane. That's the issue.
And they are not going to be able to come back and deal with this, so the chase forward possibly for more. TP's coming in now. Infamous, you got to be careful. Can't step too far forward. Call while simultaneously hitting on the stomp. With the blade mail doing a lot of damage back onto CCNT, almost taking him down. Chrislock going to be healed back up by that ulti, and now turn on MSS. They find themselves another. MSS goes down, and Infamous just gonna jaunt their way out of here.
They're gonna try and cut them off here. 2 TPs to the shrine.
But the Wukong's command. Chrislock pump faking it. CCNC, he gets the Yule Scepter lift up. They can't TP out now. They have to fight. Infamous, is this gonna work for them? They have the Wukong's command now. CCNC is dying. He's done. He does have buyback. Might need to use it because the Lord is dead too. He doesn't have buyback for a minute. Oh my God, the triple kill from Hector, and now Chrislock looking for more. They're gonna force this buyback and feeling like it's their moment. They get the RP, they find the follow kill on to Snaking. If they can manage to get it, does he manage to get away? Still running, he does escape. Now the stomp coming in, Chrislock, boundless strike, trying to live, and he does. Takes down Snaking, 88 seconds dead. And then now Infamous, they're pulling in with the rest of the heroes. They know he doesn't have buyback.
Man, Whisper, this guy. I mean, we talk about the Oracle being the save. I think it's Whisper this game. Always looking out for the big #1 and #2. He's a distant third. He's a third of the net worth of the Wraith King in this game. But he's doing everything he can to keep them up.
Whisper keeping the hopes of Infamous alive and well in this elimination match. The sole representative from Bolivia in this tournament.
Man, can you believe that this Hector guy's really good at Wraith King? I mean, I did not think they'd be playing Wraith King. I really didn't. I thought, like, once the first phase they didn't pick it, I was like, okay, well, that seems like a pretty likely ban. You know, the guy seems all right, but I think they went to the Know Your Enemy play, right?
Oh my God.
They went to this idea of, okay, we know how Hector plays.
Okay, well, you kind of agree. It's going to come down to the play, the execution, more so than either team having a draft edge.
Oh, for sure. That's what it always comes down to. Like, you can always talk about things like Altras, but something I really liked what PPD said once on a panel was, it doesn't necessarily matter if you have the better draft. The better draft doesn't always win.
All right, well, we've got Casey on the stage with NewBee's coach. Let's hear from them.
Oh, you are.
Oh.
Got 3 heroes on him here.
And does have a setup here if they want to use the Impale from Schofield. Thinking about it, chasing it out, tempting fate, goes for the spin. You need to rage at some point, or you're just going to give up your life. First blood, carry on carry, and Hector takes it.
Yeah, had the feast already skilled up there, so the tips come through, didn't have a play, and tried his little dance, but to no avail. Schofield not even wasting the mana on the guy, just his tip.
Well, that's certainly a way to start this one out for Infamous.
Game.
We'll see what ends up happening with that one. But yeah, the ET always a force to be reckoned with in these tri-lane situations. Get a ton of damage, nice little chunk of armor, but does need to be careful. Now with Hector moving in, they have the spin available, but good shackle shot, gonna keep him alive for the moment. But Highlight Eye sticks around, ends up going down. They trade their life for the kill onto Hector.
Yeah, that's not first blood or anything either, so not gonna be worth it there for Infamous. And MSS, and you are basically just full mana and health right now after that.
Yeah, and they're actually going to switch things up now. So sending Hector down towards the bottom lane since you are TP'd up top to get back to lane more quickly.
He still got it back by now, though. Like,
oh, yeah.
Life is good. The only person that won't be able to go will be Pyjamas. But Snaking, yeah, he's in a bit of a pickle just because the lane's going to be pushing far away from him here by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that kind of works. If you can't bring the ET into the lane, maybe that was the idea all along. As Schofield going to take some damage, a two-person impale, but I do believe this is still going to be the next assassin falling.
Yeah, Pyjamas with all that damage, looking to put some on a Whisper there too. Already has the aura. Ultimate punches, and now we're going to get a rotation here. Obviously no way for him to cancel that TP, so MSF and Schofield going to mirror each other down to that bottom lane. As Hector is pretty low here, has 2 points, or rather has the point in the spin to level 2, as well as the crit, so no real concerns here. Salve does get canceled. Okay, MSF can trade 90 mana for some regen there on the Hector.
Now, maybe going to trade his life away as Hector eats his way through the trees. Schofield there with the stun afterwards. She manages to hit onto the snake.
He tried. He tried to get the tomato clap there for the kill.
Not quite in time, and Whisper in the meantime up top gets pummeled, but there is going to be a salve. He'll back up. The lane we haven't talked about all that much. CCNC kind of giving the business to Chris Luck here.
You gotta like the tips from Whisper. I mean, he took them all the way to the end there, right? Before that drunken brawler in the salve.
Yeah. That's survivable.
Yeah, that mid lane is OD, right? He's in the mid lane. Life's good. Kunkka no longer having the annoying denies and the Tidebringer, so it's mostly just a harassing tactic, and OD always going to have a good time in these melee matchups.
We'll see still if Chris Luck can get something out of it. UR continues to farm, facing off against Whisper. A lot of damage out, but the drunken brawler.
Oh!
Hit! Oh!
Yeah. All right. Yeah, a little bit frightening there, but same thing from CCNC. He's taking that sand, he's nice and early, and we got the power shot. Oh, he's got Shackle off the catapult.
Oh, early. Yes, misses the chance, misses the power shot, misses everything, and now the torn, but they get the kill. The boat's coming afterwards. CCNC not going to get hit by it.
They tried to go for it without it, right? Because ideally, you'd like to save it for when he respawns. Maybe get a secondary attempt with the Sandleys, but was forced to use it there.
Moving in, they're going to try and maybe go for the deny. Snaking in some trouble. Impale could come out in the second here as they pop the primal split, and now going to find the finish onto the Omni Knight.
Nope. Not in time there. Gets stunned, but fine first split if you can catch him out. He can't get a toss onto CCNC, but how close is Chris Luck? Oh, he's just far away. Maybe with the setup.
Moving in, MSS wanting to interrupt the Tidebringer to come out a second with the Torrent already down. This OD in a lot of trouble, but a nice Shackle not looking like it's quite going to be enough. The Ghost Ship is going to land, almost find the kill, and Whisper comes in for the finish.
Just inside the sleep. He's awake. He got up early. Gonna get in there for the clap. Fantastic game so far. Honey runes.
Played, well played. Now 3,000 gold lead after the fact.
And look at that totals there. 2850 on the bounties from NewBee and only 1,200 from Infamous. So creating quite a bit of that gap that you see in the net worth.
8-8, but it does feel like that doesn't necessarily resemble the score of where this game sits. Are you feeling like there's one team that's kind of more comfortable with the state of the game at this point?
No, sir.
Well, that's what that thinks.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I don't think I'd lean that hard.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that Solar Crest on Snake King first. Then I'm all in.
I mean, it feels really good that he can just walk in and do this and not be that worried. And all the Spike Carapace out, but they have the X already used.
He's pumping. He's thinking about the hammer.
Himself, but waited for that Astral to wear off, and then they're going to have the boat land down on top of CCNC afterwards. Whisper still trying to control several. A really good stomp, though, there onto a couple of them. The Shackle manages to land, so that Nyx Assassin dropping very low with the Spike Carapace afterwards. Keeps him alive. Stinger manages to find the Invis room, but still will be run down by UR as they do get the ultimate off. A three-person torrent, but where's the damage? They don't have anything left in the tank right now from Infamous as Stinger manages to heal back up.
The short TV from Snake King, too.
And they're all away. The
level 1 D-Gen.
Want to take down Chris Luck. Stinger's still dodging around UR. Pops the rage to find the kill. But in the end, it's kind of just a weird little trade-off there.
If you take that much time and that ends up saving your Kunkka, you are completely fine with that, I am sure, as the Orc.
Luck again caught. Do they have any save coming in from him? Looking for it. The disarm already there. And now he's used the Astral. Could have potentially, no, the Storm. He's trying to back around, but they able to get the play up afterwards because of the Astral. natural damage. Now Schofield looking for the follow-up, trying to catch out snaking. You're going to be able to get the Omni Slash off, just blows up high. Not necessarily the greatest of targets, but maybe they can turn onto the rest of them. The Torrent lands onto CCNC right as he's coming out of it, trying to walk away. The turnaround there with the Ensign, and it's not going to be quite enough, though, as they find another hill, disarm, runaway, but Whisper has him in the sight. Another round there of the Astral Imprisonment as they find themselves 3 dead from Infamous, but maybe they will find out CCNC. Not going to happen. They catch Whisper and they kill him as well.
Very nicely played from NewBee there. A messy fight coming out there, and all kinds of lines being drawn from both teams. It looks like Stinger has something to say to the team after that one. Hanging stuff out here, drawing some lines, maybe not happy with the way that wraparound went for them.
No, definitely not. And now the Aegis gonna be into the hand of NewBees, who have taken a firm grip on this game.
That highlight, that stall though that you pointed out, absolutely massive to give that fight to them. And CCNC, he smells blood in the water. He says anyone game, but then on top of that, squashing out this split push on the side, still holding that bottom tier 1 even. Spurs gonna have to be concerned about because that thing is global on snaking. He has very short cast range with the Heavenly Grace, so he's gonna have to be up and in the front lines there. Doesn't have Nature Lens or a Blink Dagger, but with a pipe and a Solar Crest, I think he'll be fine.
Kunkka does have enough for the second Daedalus and then buyback, but or rather the second Daedalus, but no buyback at that point. So it seems like he's wanting to keep a hold of that gold just in case things get too testy.
MSS is looking for TP cancels, but he's gonna have to force out Whisper's BKB. Oh, he didn't BKB!
And that Chris Luck in some trouble. Sleep, chase away, BKB already out. They're fine for now, still running. There's the Torrent, catch up onto 1. The rest of NewBee is not here. But they also have been able to control the brew as Whisper runs back home.
MSS just haunting, chasing him invis, cancel the TP as he obviously wasn't going to BKB. He had no idea he was there.
And the Shackle lands. They do have the Primal Split afterwards if they want to use it. Whisper still trying to run and buy his team a little bit more time, but this Brewmaster is going to fall. Does have buyback.
Very nicely played there from MSS. Guarantees a simple fight inside the base. They didn't really gain too much more out of it. But easy stuff here so far for NewBee as Hector will return to the top lane, keep his push up where he died last time, and NewBee looking to finish this out with the Strangle.
The second Rax going down, and UR can keep the pressure on, holding on to that Aegis, finishes off the Abyssal Blade. A lot of mana though, which is one problem.
That's what the Aegis is for.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So the buyback comes from the Brewmaster. CCNC going to be controlled. The Impale coming through on a 3, but there's no follow-up. Nothing else after the fact. They throw up the Torrent, but the Rage is there, and the Sanity's Eclipse laid down from CCNC, killing off the Nixus asset. They buy back on him as well, so 2 buybacks so far. Hector's still controlled, but not too bad. Whisper going to get his ultimate off afterwards as CCNC gets healed back up again by that Omni, and MSS in the backlines throwing out those Shackle shots. The Omni Slash bouncing back and forward, but the cheese comes from CCNC. Another Torrent with the Liquid going simultaneously. UR is dropping somewhat low, but they managed to find that Shackle again. A second round, and Hector going to die. No buyback at all. NewBee have done it as GG is all.
Very clean team fights out of NewBee. Pretty much after the 20-minute mark. It felt like Infamous, if you look at that graph, that have a whole lot of flips in their favor, right? Those kills, it's a lot of red. It's all red. They painted the town there.
Help ourselves into the... What key players do you think need to really have a stand-up performance? And we always talk about Hector with Infamous. Is it him? Actually, before that, no, we're going to head over to Aoi. He's on the stage with Casey. Let's hear some final thoughts.
Cooldown on Cold Snap, which is just ridiculous. Completely unplayable without a BKB in a lot of team fights. Now, mind you, they do have the Slark, right, for having that Dispel. I'm sure partly why they went to the hero. They'll take that off, and there's a start. Potential first blood here.
Down bottom, Highlight Die trying to trade hit. Schofield very low, and goes down. UR drawing first blood, and Pi will eventually fall as Whisper not quite able to hit the split earth there the second time around for UR.
Hey, you will take that though if your NewBee get the first blood. And a good start here for UR. Gonna send out a clarity to Highlight Die. So could you bring that down to me? Thank you very much. Handy Sports dying to play Courier. Their core players.
See mid lane so far, this Slark having a very nice time of it. 17-7 versus 8-1 on the Kunkka. And Chris Luck really not, oh god, he's gotta be careful though. And CCNC, he's trading hits, Fairy Fire, still trying to live through this one. Pounce away, my god, Chris Luck, you're crazy.
Yeah, he's just doing the math here. He's like, all right, I'm fine.
You are in the meantime keeping control of
Jeez,
it.
in the mid lane, Chris Luck's getting real low here.
Dude, this guy is so crazy. Fairy Fire, another round of it.
I think
Holds
he
it
got
again to CCNC with the outplay, and that's the tip.
proud of his mid laner there. The boy's growing up here, getting kills in the mid lane on the main stage. And yeah, he has been playing very dangerous in that side. Almost felt like that was destined to happen at some point here.
I mean, that's the flavor though. Shoot back the other direction. They do have the X. Whisper already broken. Schofield trying to control CCNC, who is in trouble. He does finally get that run buff off onto him, which is going to keep him that much more survivable. Schofield still thinking about chasing, but they've already killed off TI9. And now with Chris Luck moving into position, NewBee in trouble as their mid laner is going to get pounced on. They find the catch for the kill. And no other answers. Man, Infamous, they're just rolling through this one. Yor almost goes down as well. But MSS in the area to save his buddy.
Yeah, almost forced a tornado. Force of the tornado. The TP came down just to try and save CCNC first. And now Chris Luck just continuing his presence in the Radiant territory, and that's keeping them off the lanes, right? I mean, Whisper's down bottom, farming freely. Now UR's going to TP there. Schofield keeping the jungle occupied too. They don't have any real way of just gaining net worth and trying to propel themselves back into this game from NewBee through these stacks, which we've seen before, right, for these Tide Hunters.
Well, and speaking of net worth, you can see the top 3 cores all held right now by Infamous, as Whisper is going to get pummeled by UR a little bit. The stomp comes through and lands. UR trying to go for the body blocks, but the torrent follow-up is going to be there, and Schofield not able to save his carry. In fact, he's going to get brought down too. Yeah. So CNC finds another kill. In the meantime, Chris Luck does kill off the support invoker.
That was with the Ghost Walk too. Looks like he had just gotten off, I guess, as I don't see any detection there from Chris Luck. Oh, there's Sentry on the high ground. Aha, I see it now.
He got it.
Blocking off that camp to stop the constant stacking from the Kunkka. So now I thought about stacks in the bottom lanes is occupied by Schofield. They do have a lot up here actually near Snake King, right? Got that camp, another camp, got the Ancients too, so the whole Radiant Triangle looking quite stocked.
Chris Luck going to get the pounce away just barely. Doesn't have the mana left over for Shadow Dance. And he is slept. They got eyes on him. Now in some trouble. Chris Luck able to walk away for the moment. The tornado is going to be there. Does he get the Dark Pact off? He still doesn't have mana. A huge problem for Slark. He decides, I'm just going to turn and fight. Start to build up those Essence Shift stacks. Doesn't have any other help in the area. And Pylight, they get the Shadow Dance. He managed to get his mana back. Still healing up through this. Chris Luck turns, finds the kill on him. Before he dies.
All right, the 4-on-1 is fair enough, but top lane, they're going to ravage Whisper here and give UR plenty of time to make this rotation. They don't want to trade one back this time on Snake King, so it will still be a 2-for-1 and favor NewBee here. Plus, they are at the gold disadvantage, which helps some of those bounties level.
Absolutely. The thing that I will say about that was 4 heroes rotating for the kill onto Chris Luck, and still Hector not really being that impeded in terms of his farm.
Have we seen this before?
I think that we have.
This is a replay of the group stages and, you know, about an hour and a half ago.
It will say that Hector does feel a little bit further behind in farm than he was in the previous games.
When you're 600 ahead of the next highest hero, and you go, I don't know about Hector this game. He's looking a little lax.
It's true, though.
I mean, what's he even doing?
He's had ridiculously good performances. And this one's still quite a solid one. Chris Luck.
This was not the area for him.
Yeah, he did kind of
earlier today.
TI9 has died here more than a few times. Man, this Slark build.
It's gonna open a cemetery here. Yeah, just very aggressive, right? As the raindrop for the extra mana regen helps himself out as he's roaming across the map. And that's right, Lily. Now CCNC gets a freebie here on a Stinger.
They're rotating in though afterwards, and he does have the AA blast onto him. Chris Luck looking for the follow-up with Schofield in tow. They have the magnetize onto him, controlled, and CCNC looking like he is going to die as well as they get the pounce, leash, follow-up, the reapplication of the magnetize. As it looks like they are maybe even going to be able to go for more. Schofield still keeping eyes on MSS, throws out another remnant, gets the catch there on the Snake King. Schofield making it happen, and Chris Luck just keeps the ball rolling. stolen. One by one, Infamous. Man, they're doing it.
Extremely mobile and aggressive heroes, the Slark and the Earth Spirit. When you pair them up together like this, absolutely ridiculous. Stealing 72 Agi. Look at that. He's in for 185 right now.
And this is, again, just Trump's
get out of here.
And he picks up a few more on his way out as well.
Remember that game in the group stages for Sumail? I think he was like 10-0-1 or something on Kunkka, something like absolutely ridiculous. And it still felt like it was kind of like this even game for EG. Like they had to work so hard out of that mid lane to try and keep this game going in their favor. And I feel like that's kind of what CCNC has to do this game.
Right.
He's dropped a couple deaths now. He really needs that big pop off. He's trying to go for that halberd. And in terms of friends to rotate around with, it's not necessarily that great. Like MSS is sort of queued more towards big teams.
He's now online with level 21, has the talent, and he's walking. He literally does not care. He's gonna farm their ancients in front of him and dare NewBee to come and fight. Stun already out, they have the sleep. Slowdown coming with the boulder smash. Hector popping the blade mail. Still thinking about chasing. This is now all of the run buff onto all of NewBee, but they've committed everything to kill off this Wraith King one time. Can they get him a second time? Chase forward. Chris Luck with the BKB, wanting to find himself a target. Hector also pops the BKB. They've gone in really deep. Snaking does have Ravage. If they're able to wait this one out, have Infamous gone a bit too far, or are they going to turn now? The run buff is going to wear off the Snaking with the Ravage. Jumps forward. Hits it on a 3. Chris Luck able to escape. Now the follow-up coming from Whisper, who runs back into all of them. They find a damage. All of the heroes of NewBee starting to drop down. Whisper will fall. And meantime, the chase forward coming from more. Magnetize onto everybody. Chris Luck, he's on such low HP, but this Magnetize being reapplied. Finds CCNC. Another round of kills. Hector 1 second. No! And he's coming back again. Turns it now onto Snaking as the run comes. Need to get out. They've gone afar as the buyback is there as well. Another kick from Schofield, trying to keep Hector alive as he turns, throws another stun. They don't have another ulti this time, but the walkway's coming as Chris Luck finds space and time for his team. He will give his life for his carry as Hector and Schofield escape.
Man, this guy has just been dark packing everything in these big fights. Infamous, they take a victory in that one, forcing out to the buybacks overall.
And it feels like they need more time.
Yeah, lanes are definitely the name of the game right now for a NewBee. They just have to try and stop the ball from approaching their towers as Schofield bringing Snaking far out. Let's be forced back here by MSS. I believe the only one on the team with the 4-staff. Indeed, very useful this game versus the Slark, versus the combos of the Earth Spirit, even just the Wraith King, the follow-up from the AA. They could use a couple, but Pyjamas died far too poor for another item on this ET this game, really hurting them out of the support roles.
And you compare just the relative value that you're getting out of these other heroes. Whisper, now he doubles back, pops the BKB and decides to run away. In the meantime, though, look at Hector. He's inside the base, pops the BKB, turns on the Snaking. He can't afford to die. And now Hector in very deep. Yuar's going to try and chase the Ice Blast. It comes in, it hits him. Oh, they took him down, no buyback. 50 seconds with no time. And Infamous ready to walk in at this point. It didn't dodge away from the Ice Blast that came through. Disarmed, Wraith King, he's gonna be okay for the moment as the sleep comes through. Tornado lift up, he is coming back in a second.
Oh man, AA buffs coming through with the Tracer. Being gone, getting those kills in the fountain used to be pretty damn difficult. But Stinger puts a big one into NewBee.
Still 25 seconds until Wraith King, his ultimate's gonna be back up again. So it looks like with that Infamous not wanting to go for the all-in play at this point, probably the right decision. It'd be tough to take the tower without committing fully to the fight.
Yeah, the high ground is there, right? And they are going to respect that. Even though the Kunkka is a little bit behind here in terms of net worth. I mean, it just looked that way, I guess, relative to Hector. He's still pretty close to his opponent mid laner. You have to look out for the boat, the cleave, the ET, the invoker, and then, of course, the end-all, be-all, the Ravage.
And it does feel like that's really been one of the difference makers, is you compare the farm that Snaking's been able to get in this game, and it just hasn't really stacked up to what the Lesh is doing damage-wise. And that's always going to be the case with the Lesh rack, but not able to capitalize on the control that Snaking's offering to the team with the Ravage.
Man, it feels like Yuar needs to get absolutely massive when they have a chance in this game. And he's trying, MSS as well. He's finally back towards that Solar Crest now too, to try and give a little bit more assistance over to Yuar in these team fights. And Hector continues to walk.
And he's gonna walk. He's going to pop the blade mail. They have the boat afterwards. Rum buff gonna be applied to everybody. Hector will go down one time, but can you kill him again? Whisper hits the splitter. Nice play as they get the force staff away, but he's axed and the BKB popped. Hector's out.
BKB down, reincarnation down. Feels like a moment you'd like to get some aggression in from NewBee, but Hector takes the time to just BKB TP back to the neutrals.
He's ready to go. I mean, I will say that it's maybe a little bit concerning the inability of Infamous to close out this game right here, considering 15K net worth.
Right, with the Aegis too, right?
Yeah, or at the very least get a tier 3 tower. Oh, the juke away. Schofield runs into everybody. See you later, guys.
Can't live.
Schofield manages to get away.
No, there's no way.
He's rolling out. MSS wants to kill, but in the meantime, Chris Luck trying to play interference.
He really is.
Dude, they're doing it. And now the rundown, though. Schofield looking like he is in a little bit of trouble. Disarmed. Chris Luck trying to run. They don't hit the Sunstrike. Schofield, he gets away again. What's that TV show, I Shouldn't Be Alive? That's Schofield right now.
All right, well, consider that smoke dismantled, and at least one attempt there from NewBee to punish the aggression of Infamous will go unsuccessful here. 35-minute bounty runes pop up. They will at least get 2 of them. Chris Luck.
Dude, every time we look at this guy, he's just punching somebody. And he will back out now. And Infamous definitely setting the tempo of this game. We saw with that smoke up, NewBee trying to catch them off guard and see if they can regain some agency in this one. But it is still 4 heroes that run around, make things happen, and now Hector again picks up another item, the Silver Edge this time.
Yeah, and I like the Shiva's Guard too from Whisper, because if they're going to try and play these side lanes from the side of NewBee, that vision is super helpful for going for these gank plays, as well as even just going up high ground, trying to spot out someone like Pyjamas, die, get that last bit of vision.
Oh, they spotted him briefly. The night vision, Snake King, he revealed himself, and Chris Luck, the Aegis just now expires. He's got to run, he's got to hide. Snake King chasing, looking for the follow-up. The disarm is there, and well, it's going to get the Dark Pack off as well as the BKB. They're in trouble as they're taking down that tier 3 tower, but Chris Luck running away, gets the pounce out, Shadow Dance, and away again. They can't keep doing it to them, and look at your base. Tier 3 towers down, the barracks are starting to fall, Hector is here. And on the other side, they're still keeping control. Up north, they're keeping eyes on him, and Chris Luck playing with the other heroes. They've got the Ice Blast falling through onto Snake Thing. NewBee are being pulled left, right, and center. They finally force out the BKB TP from CCNC, which means he isn't going to happen afterwards. UR jumps inside. They do have Hector controlled. It was a good and fast play to get UR back, but Hector will have his ultimate available. Snake King walking forward, looking for the Ravage. Doesn't quite get it, though. So they manage to get the X-Back pull onto Whisper, trying to kill off this pesky Letrak, but he will not go down idly either, as Hector gets the Shadow Blade walk away. And Whisper, he's just dancing on him as he tries to escape. Sunstrike coming through, still not enough for the kill. He's literally just walking away. They have the Ravage available, but Snaky, he doesn't want to pop it. They give him the tip. Oh, have mercy. Please, no. Another disarm. Snaky control. They have the Ravage, gonna finally throw it out now. He overran it. He just runs away. They have lost Chris Luck, and with that, Infamous will retreat.
Oh, Whisper, get on your horse and ride. They have just pulled NewBee apart. They've torn their base asunder, and I don't think NewBee know what just happened.
Literally styled on.
Why go high ground if you can just make them leave their base and chase you endlessly through the tree lines?
20,000 net worth lead after that, and in all of the chaos that Infamous has flourished in, they managed to take down 2 sets of racks. And NewBee, as you said, now left struggling to figure out what to do. That was all as the Aegis was expiring. They got that without the Aegis.
Infamous, the late game, right? It's been discussed, this idea of just like, that's where they've been shining. Not something you tended to say about some of the smaller regions before, right? Always peaked on aggression. Like Hector, I mean, they're still showing that, but they've got the big macro strategy to go with it now.
And they do kill Hector, but the Wraithfire Blasts are gonna fly out, and Hector gonna try and BKB and walk away afterwards. They feel like they need to get something here desperately. Force staff away again in the splitter to stop the chase. Does have that feeling like for NewBee, it's all slipping away, even denying the tier 1 tower in the face of Yawar. Maybe some solace in a Hex being picked up from CCNC as they need more ways to control in this fight. Chris Luck looking for the opening. They find MSS going to jump onto him at the start. Snaking trying to find a good angle of initiation to Ravage it, but they're not hitting onto anybody. Meanwhile, MSS turned upon by Hector. They've got him controlled. Chris Luck, they tear him apart, and now the rest are running into the side. They fire the Ice Blast as well. You are turned upon, trying to run, trying to TP away, but the bash comes through. They find their man. Infamous running forward for more as you are just trying to get away from everybody else, but there's no buyback on Snaking. They find another bash. They took down the Invoker, and they are looking to take the rest of this base.
Now that is teamwork. Coming through, you got Glimmer Caves, saving himself with the 4 staffs too, just everyone saving each other, looking after the others' backs in these fights. It's so hard for NewBee to catch them already. They're such slippery heroes before you add in the fact of just like, your friends are there. They have so much trust in each other, and how many times have we brought that up at this tournament?
And 3 get slept, but the one that didn't gets the 4-staff save onto Schofield. Chris Luck walking forward the leash. They have the halberd, but they don't have the damage, and now they have the control as another Ice Blast goes through. You can hear South America chanting in the background as Infamous are looking to take a top 8 spot. GG call. The first time for South America to have a team in the top 8.
And you can see the love though. I mean, these guys know each other even in the chat right after. It's like, congratulations, of course. Much respect to their opponents as